Hi, friends. I felt led to share a testimony with you of an experience that I had a few years ago, back in January of 2016. I hope this experience will bless you, or this testimony will bless you as much as it blessed me. So, back in January of 2016, I was working in the office and I was all by myself, and I began experiencing physical pain in my body. And in that moment where I was feeling the pain, I began saying to myself, in heaven, there is no more pain. There is no more pain in heaven. And I just began meditating and focusing on that truth. And while I was meditating and focusing on that truth and on those words, I immediately found myself instantly standing in heaven. So I believe and I know that I had an out-of-body experience in that moment. So I was standing in heaven, and all around me, I saw and I felt perfect, bright, white light, and I felt the presence of perfect joy, of perfect love, of perfect peace, and of perfect holiness. I felt and experienced the presence of God, the holy presence of God, all around me and all inside of me. Like the entire place was surrounded with the holy, peaceful, perfect presence of God. And I saw Jesus Christ standing right next to me, dressed in white. And Jesus, he was standing, he was much taller than I was, and he began speaking to me, communicating to me without words. And he said, "This is your home, my daughter. You are a citizen of heaven. Heaven is your home." He said, "You are on the right path. You are a citizen of heaven, my daughter." And then he began to say, have joy in the midst of your suffering. And I was like, first of all, I was filled with joy that Jesus affirmed me, and he affirmed to me that I was a citizen of heaven and that I was on the right path. And I was like, wow, like, this is incredible. And then I asked him, what do you mean, have joy in the midst of my suffering? And I just felt Jesus smiling and just filled with joy. He said, have joy in the midst of your suffering. You are a citizen of heaven, my daughter. And he gave me the option at that moment of staying or of coming back. And again, I'm like, what do you mean? I'm so young. Like, I wanted to win souls for you. I wanted to do amazing things for your kingdom, Jesus. Like, I'm so young. Am I going to die now? And when I said that, I came back and I found myself in the chair again, and I came back and I felt in my physical body complete peace and just like no pain. The pain completely disappeared. The pain that I was experiencing before this event just completely disappeared, and I was filled with and surrounded by the love and the presence of Jesus Christ. And throughout these last 5 years, I have experienced a lot of, I've experienced a lot of pain. I've experienced a lot of disappointment and heartache, betrayal, and all of that. And in the midst of the suffering that I've experienced, the Lord has been faithful to me, and he's walked faithfully with me, and he's shown himself faithful to me and reminded me constantly, continually of this experience that I had. So I've learned a lot. The Lord has been teaching me a lot through suffering, through trials, through tribulations, and it is necessary because, ultimately the goal is to become more like Christ. We're not perfect, but the amazing thing is our God is faithful. Our God is faithful. Our God is perfect. And our God is the God who is with the brokenhearted. He opposes the proud, but he is with the brokenhearted. And I believe the Lord allowed me to experience that, or have that out-of-body experience of going to heaven and coming back, because he knew I was brokenhearted. He wanted to encourage me, and remind me that heaven is my home. So when we are going through suffering, my friends, may we remind ourselves that, this place is not our home, is not our eternal home. Heaven is our home for those who love and trust in Jesus Christ, and for those who remain faithful until the end. My prayer is that through the disappointments and through the trials that I face in life, that I would remain faithful to Him, because I know that my God always remains faithful to me. Our God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And His name in the book of Revelation is called Faithful and True. Our God is faithful and true. That's who He is. He is faithful and true. And He says to us, have joy in the midst of your suffering. And for those who love Him and those who have placed their